Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Martin here from epidemic. Today, we're gonna talk about why strong men chase excellence and weak men chase women. And this is something that is pretty unheard today, but hear me out. I know today we have a pandemic of lonely men. Most young men today are struggling, they're lonely, they're barely getting any attention from women, they're just getting by, they are, lonely. We have no role models. We have no real men today. Like, masculinity is a fading concept. It's disappearing with each day. And so, a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks ago, guys, I had this live stream on my YouTube channel, and 50 to 60% of the comments on that exact stream were about girls. And I get it, because I talk a lot about these things on my channel. Guys were asking me, Martin, how come I'm asking all these girls out, but they're not replying to me? Does this girl like me? And things of that, and yada yada, right? And I always tell this to all of my followers: chase your vision, be ambitious, be a hardworking man, and later they will come. And that's the message for you guys. All these weak men today, all these beta males, all these simps, they're double texting women, they're double DMing women, they are constantly, scrolling through social media, they're obsessed about women, they are, chasing after women all day, and they're not getting anywhere. Women are just running circles around them. They're famoosing them, they're finessing them, and they're manipulating them. A lot of guys are being manipulated today by a whole bunch of women, and I get it, man. It is the way it is. Women have most options today. They have more options than ever. And if you're an average guy and you're watching this, yes, life can be difficult, but don't lose hope. That's my message for you guys. Chase excellence, and women are gonna come. I'm not saying you should live like a monk. I'm not saying you should not focus on women at all. That's not what I'm saying, because it's in our DNA. We want to reproduce, right? We have to spread our seed. It's natural. It's part of our biology. It's in us, right? It's innate for men. That's the masculine imperative. We have to jizz inside women. That's mind-boggling, isn't it? The thing is, you gotta chase your vision. You gotta chase excellence. And you gotta become the best man possible. With everything you do. With your looks, with your masculinity, with your confidence, with your social skills, with your game, with your money, especially money, with your status. Bro, all these things are super important today. And guys completely miss the point. A lot of guys wanna, a lot of men at 30 or 35, they're wimps. They're whiny little crybabies. They want to complain to the world that no woman is giving them any attention. And the reason that is because men are weak. You're not worthy of their attention. I know it's not as black and white as I want to, present it here, but you get the point. Weak men are ruining society. So, if you want to be more attractive to women, you got to focus on your life first. Put yourself first, man. That's the goal. Because weak men, they're not doing it. Weak men are chasing, they're chasing after pleasure all day. They're over drinking. They're partying all day. They're, weak. They're playing video games. They're smoking weed, right? They're smoking the pot with the boys. They're seeking materialism. And they're trying to impress people all day. Women, men, and guys that don't really give a fuck about them. And that's a problem. Because you're like a sheep, basically, if you live this life. And you're like a little hamster on a wheel. You're not getting anywhere. And women are not attracted to that, because you're not original. You're like a copycat, basically. There are millions of men just like you. What makes you original? What makes you different compared to all the other men? That's a good question, by the way. That's some food for thought, by the way. This is how you gotta operate every single day. And I can tell you from experience, I'm 25 today. When I was 17, when I was 18, I was rejected by a lot of women. Like, girls were barely giving me any attention. I was a lonely man. I was skinny fat. I was tall and I had some looks. And I was a lonely kid and I was struggling. And now it's getting better and better. And I can only imagine how good it's gonna be for me when I'm 30. And that's the thing. Men can age like fine wine if we actually take care of our ass. So that's the thing. That's the bottom line here. And one other thing I can tell you guys is don't follow the crowd. Don't be like a little sheep. Because guys don't get it. Guys don't get it, bro. Like, if you tell them about these things, they're like, I got some other things to do, bro. Man, they're distracted. They're not doing anything to actually improve their situation in life. So you got to be different. You got to be smart. You got to be very strategic here. So really, guys, work on your vision and chase excellence. Sorry, guys, it's blowing like a motherfucker here. You got to become better. Just take a look at this. I'm by the river, by the way. And you got to chase your vision. You got to chase excellence. And women will come. Build $1 million looking motherfucker, man. Build a high value man. And the rest is going to come. The money, the girls, the life, the friends, the people, the opportunities. All these things will eventually come to fruition. They will align with your path. They're going to come there. They're going to show up. And you guys are, like, most of you guys, you think the exact opposite. You're chasing women instead of building yourself first. And that's a huge problem. Because when you're 20, guys, when you're 18 or 20 and you're watching this, you're not going to have the same type of options as a man who's 35 and he's put in like 15 years into his life. You're like, it's just not going to happen. You know, and if you think you have the same kind of options, you're delusional, bro. Unless you're some kind of anomaly, but most men are not. So, put yourself first, and women are gonna come. All these weak men, bro, let them chase women. They're 20, let them chase all the girls. You know, let them party all day. Let them, spend some time with some 5s and 6s, bro. You're better than this. Let them sleep around. You're better than this. You deserve better. And it all starts here. It comes down to instant gratification. How long can you last while not being distracted? Because this is the biggest problem that guys have. Life is a lot about removing distractions. And that includes women. Women can be a massive fucking distraction for guys. And I'm not kidding here. I'm not saying, again, and it may sound like I'm, regurgitating the same shit here. No, I'm not saying you should not date women. Like, guys, I'm gonna admit this here. For the past couple of months, for almost a year, I haven't really been dating women. I've been so obsessed about my vision, about my purpose here, about doing this channel and my gym and everything and my business. I've been grinding all day. I've been focusing so much of my time into personal growth, and now, like, I can have the luxury of meeting some women because I've been like I was living in monk mode, by the way, and now I can do other things. But you guys don't get it. You guys have it twisted completely. You need to be disciplined and committed every single day. And the paradox with all of this, and any guy who has a lot of experience with women will agree with me here. The less you care about the girl, the higher the chance that you're gonna get her eventually. Because life is long. And all these guys are, going after women today. Eventually, it's gonna get boring. Eventually they'll settle down with some 5 or some chick that is not really what they want, but they're 35 now, they have 2 kids, they're barely getting by, they're driving some, old rundown car, and they have a 9-to-5 job that they hate, they're slaving at their job, and their life is going by like that. And is it like, let me ask you this, is this the kind of existence that you want for your life? If not, you better get to work. You better get better. And be the man. Become the man that's irresistible to women. And it's not just looks. And this is like the thing, this is why a lot of men end up being jaded. A lot of men are so resentful today. A lot of men are such crybabies. They want to complain and say that women are the problem today. That's why a lot of them join these communities, like the red pill community, the black pill community, and all these, toxic communities that demonize women and say that women are the problem. And that's not, high value men don't do that. High value men take accountability for their life and for their outcomes and for everything that happens to them, good or bad. If you're going through a lot of adversity, if you're going through a lot of problems, if you're single, if you're lonely, and if you're constantly getting rejected by women, it's good. It's happening for a reason. You need to get better. And I'm not just talking about looks here, because looks, as much as I talk about looks on my channel, looks are not the most important thing here. Because there are a ton of really attractive guys that are complete losers. They have no confidence, no social skills. They have no game. They're bumps. They're broke. They're not getting anywhere. And conversely, you have some guys who are not as good looking. Let's say they are average looking, but everything in their life is on point. The money, the social skills, the game, their status, their position in life, their sense of humor, their charisma, their intelligence, their wittiness. And then, by default, they end up becoming a lot more attractive to women. And they get more women. That's crazy, isn't it? It's a mind-boggling concept. But that's how it works. And don't let all these people tell you, because I know, I'm kind of in this community, guys. And a lot of these, groups and some of these channels, and some of the and some of the things that these people preach, they can be very detrimental to your success. Because some guys, especially when it comes to looks maxing, for instance, some guys think that looks are everything. And to a degree they are. With dating apps and Instagram, yeah, they matter a lot. Looks matter a lot today, but it's not everything. A girl is not just going to look at you and think that you're a high value man just because you look good. A true quality woman, maybe a hoe, maybe a 304, yeah. She's going to completely ignore all the other things about you. She's just going to focus on your looks and your appeal, physical appeal. But a quality woman is going to look past these things. She's going to look more into your depth as a man. Who are you, by the way? What are your skills? What do you bring to the table? What makes you a high value man? This is the thing. And people don't get it. A lot of men want to whine and complain all day. But if you're a real one, you're going to get it. And it's so bizarre that I have to talk about this. And this is one of the things that I wish my daddy taught me when I was younger. Even though when I was young, I never really had a hoe face. I was kind of I was always hustling. I was always a hustler. I was always trying to live that baller lifestyle. I always wanted to pull up in a nice whip. I always wanted to have that, I always wanted to collect the big boy paychecks. And I wanted to be a high value man. I had some guys around me that I totally admired. And I wished to be like them one day. And I was not resentful. I was not jealous. I was not envious. I looked up to them with inspiration. I wanted to become like them one day. And that's why we're getting better here. I was motivated by that. And most men are not. So, That's my message for you guys. Chase excellence, and women are gonna come. Date some women here and there, but don't make it your whole life. Don't make it your identity. Otherwise, you're gonna regret it. The women are always gonna be there. Alcohol, parties, video games, all these things, they're always gonna exist. And some people are gonna tell you, yeah, you should live your life, bro. You're not gonna have another day, bro. That's BS. These things, pleasure and all these activities that are linked to pleasure, they're always gonna exist. But your life and who you become as a man is indispensable. It's indescribable. This journey is so beautiful. And yes, you're gonna have a lot of trouble. You're gonna face a lot of resistance. You're gonna have to jump through. You're gonna have to jump above these hurdles. You have to climb some walls that you think are impossible to climb. You're gonna have these roadblocks, but you gotta push past that failure because it's only temporary. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. And by the way, we have a free Discord group that you guys can join down below. And I've started a new Instagram channel, a new Instagram account, by the way. So yeah, peace, guys. Have a beautiful day.